So I'm going to talk mostly about bullying, both in middle school and a little bit in high school, and about those horrible years that particularly girls have to survive during middle school. It's the important thing for parents to know, I think, is that it's a matter of surviving those times. And I think the important piece is to be able to keep open channels of communication. And what do I mean by open channels of communication? So when your daughter comes home and says, so-and-so said such and such looked at me wrong, and I was crying in a corner, try as much as possible not to provide the solution. It's very tempting because we all are human and we all survived, particularly being women, we all survived those teenage years, the early preteens in particular. But girls have gotten a lot meaner, and there's Facebook and there's other ways of getting at each other that are very painful and very public, which is which is the biggest problem at this time. That doesn't mean that you can forbid Facebook. It doesn't mean that you have to set limits necessarily. You set limits in terms of what time they go to bed, because they do need to sleep. But it's about listening, and it's about not necessarily giving unrequested advice. So, Mom, what do I do when so-and-so looks at me? The first time you can say, well, you may want to not look at her back, or you may want to go have lunch at a different table that day. But when that concern keeps coming over and over, I think a better solution is to sort of say, honey, how can I support you? Honey, what would you like me to do? Is there anything I can do? I'm here to talk. So don't provide a solution that is likely not to hit the mark.